my ear.
Maybe.
Oh, that smell. What do you eat? Garlic.
This is love.
I have so much to do and never enough time to do it. And did I spend like 3 hours editing a graphic for the podcast Instagram?
Yes.
I did. What an absolute stunner. It is literally 5 p.m. on Monday and the entire day has gotten away from me. Just do my ingrown hair thing on it. I've definitely shown this in other vlogs, I think, or maybe a favorites video. This is like the greatest thing ever for ingrown hairs. When I was on Accutane, it like shuts down all of your oil production. Every single hair follicle in my armpit was ingrown from, you know, just Accutane. I'm going to do like a blowout instead of like the curls that I do. I do have a tutorial on how I do like the big, really pretty curls with the air wrap, so I will link that down below. This is pretty self-explanatory, but it's just more of a blowout. It's just faster, maybe? I don't even know if it actually is. Well, the hair is done. I should probably put some like oils or something in it. Pretty cute though. It's also gotten so long. Thank you to today's sponsor, HelloFresh. If you're unfamiliar with HelloFresh, they're a meal delivery service bringing you seasonal recipes and fresh pre-measured ingredients right to your door. I have been in a cooking rut. I've been bored with our usual meals, but since we've gotten our HelloFresh delivery this week, I can just be on autopilot. And I increased our box size so I can use the leftovers for lunches, and it works perfectly into our routine. HelloFresh's recipes are so delicious, and they're full of fresh produce sourced directly from farmers. And because the produce gets to you faster than the grocery store, everything arrives at peak freshness and flavor. It honestly saves me so much time planning, prepping, and cooking. With HelloFresh, I've got dinner done in about 30 minutes, and with the quick and easy options, it's only like 20 minutes. HelloFresh also helps you eat more sustainably. The ingredients are pre-portioned, so less prep, but also less food waste. And the packaging HelloFresh uses to ship you your food is almost entirely made from recyclable and or already recycled materials. So if you go to HelloFresh.com and use my code meghanrienks14, you can get 14 free meals, including free shipping. That's 14 free meals, including shipping at HelloFresh.com when you use my promo code meghanrienks14. It's so good. Babe, do you want to try it?
Yeah, is it good?
It's really good. It's very like end of summery. Nice. It's pretty hot. You just have to blow on it a lot.
Okay.
Or blow on, maybe like get a spoonful and then you blow on the spoon like Soren does. No, you can use my spoon. We kiss.
So our nephew, one of his favorite phrases is hot.
As Soren would say, it's hot. So good.
Mmm.
It's so simple. There's not that many ingredients in it. It's so flavorful and it's like so simple. I feel like you could make this too. So you know it's easy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna finish this. Thank you.
It's a nice peach. None of us have ever been able to look at peaches the same since Call Me By Your Name, right? Can't be just me. I just put the inside of my mouth so hard I feel like I must be bleeding. Or bleeding. One sec. Today is like my first real day back as a human. On Friday, technically Friday morning, 3 a.m., I had an ovarian cyst rupture. It's my third cyst rupture in the last year or so, and it is awful. A lot of people say that they wouldn't wish it upon their worst enemy, and I'm not that good of a person. Like, I definitely would, but it is so brutal. So brutal. If you've never had an ovarian cyst rupture, I can only compare it to what I would assume being shot is like. It is like this sudden, acute, like localized pain for me on my left side because both of my ovaries and my uterus are all like on my left. Uterus is flipped to the back and my ovaries are all stacked, which can happen naturally, but I have been talking to the new specialist about it. We do wonder if endometriosis growths have like fused them together, which could be an issue. But it is like the most sharp, intense pain. I just break out into a cold sweat. So I got out of bed. I have like a drawer on my bedside table that's like period supplies and also vibrators. I grabbed my TENS machines and I grabbed my CBD pens and I went to the couch. I grabbed a bucket, was just throwing up, passing out, waking up, like writhing in agony for 3 hours. I can't even begin to explain how dark it gets because I get horrible cramps, like horrible cramps. And they don't even touch what a cyst rupturing is. You feel like you are literally dying. You can't talk, you can't do anything. And so I didn't wake Mats up because I love him to death, but I told him, I was like, you need to learn like ASL alphabet so I can like sign you and like spell out things like responses or like things that I need, because it can kind of just be hard when there's someone else there talking with you because like you can't even respond. But it was 3 hours of in and out of consciousness, in the worst pain ever. Ended up falling asleep for 15 minutes before Mats woke up at like 7:15 or 7:30, and I was still in so much pain, but my body was exhausted because I'm convulsing and writhing. He comes out and he's like, what happened? And I told him, half asleep, and I went back to sleep for another 2 hours. And it's odd because I just started spotting on this new birth control. That's like something that happens. I'm only like 3 weeks into it or something, and this is the time that she said, like, expect you'll start spotting, blah, blah, blah. Not to get too graphic, but it was like, wow, I'm spotting way heavier. No, that was the cyst. And I started having cramps like the 2 days before, but really the day before on Thursday. And I was just dealing with these like really shitty cramps. Like I don't even have my period. They're not like the typical like ovulation pains. And like I definitely still experience like cramps and pain and stuff when I'm not on my period, which again, we think is endometriosis related. But this was like, I felt like I had my period. My gynecologist, after I talked to her after the cyst rupture, she was like, yeah, that could have been the cyst getting ready to go out. So yeah, I got a lot of questions on Instagram, people asking like why I didn't go to the ER, or like, do you go to the ER for this? And you can. There are like signs and like symptoms, which talk to your own doctor about it. I'm like not a medical professional, obviously, but there are signs and symptoms that like her and I have discussed that is like, okay, you should go to the doctor for this one. I didn't experience any of those, and I always look out for those. They literally will just give you Tylenol. Like you just go and they give you Tylenol and they're like, you're there. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. After I posted about it on my Instagram stories, I got a lot of messages from people who have also experienced this, and people who have gone through unmedicated childbirth said that they would rather go through that 10 times in a row than deal with an ovarian cyst rupturing. Someone else messaged me and told me that their ovarian cyst rupturing caused their appendix to burst, and they said that it was pretty comparable, but the cyst was worse, pain-wise. It's absolutely insane. So the last couple days I've been exhausted and just taking it really easy. You don't really want to like work out right after. Today was the first day that I worked out and kind of just eased myself back into it. Today's also the first day that I haven't been experiencing a lot of pain. So that's good, but it took it out of me and I hate it. I always like spiral and stress out when I have a cyst because it becomes my greatest fear. I already have so much anxiety around my period and just like being in this kind of like not even just debilitating pain, but like a really scary pain that like puts you in a really bad mental space as well. And so I'm constantly afraid of that. But when the cysts happen, it's like a whole other level. But I was talking to Claudia about it because she also experienced, I think hers was the same thing, like 3 cysts in the course of like a year, but she has been on birth control and she was like, dude, I haven't had any since then. And it's eased my concerns a bit. So, and people with balls will still go around and say that being kicked in the balls is the most painful thing anyone can experience. I smell cap. I have some empties of things that I recently finished. This is a toner from Hero Cosmetics. I absolutely love this. I've talked about this one a ton. Definitely a repurchase. This is the SkinCeuticals cie𝗱𝗱𝗏𝗏. They're vitamin C. It's expensive, but it's one of the ones that's like recommended all the time. You know, if I'm feeling bougie. An absolute OG. The CeraVe Facial Moisturizing Lotion with sunscreen. I love this. Will always rebuy. It's a cleansing balm from Clean It Zero. This is one of my favorite cleansing balms. It works really well. It doesn't make my eyes all filmy and like foggy. It's good. Without a doubt will rebuy. WeBuy? Why am I talking like that? And finally, this is the, we're not even gonna try and pronounce it. It's from Fresh. It's a face serum. This is fantastic. Full disclosure, they sent this to me, and when I looked at how expensive it was, I gasped, you know, but I'm getting up there in age, so maybe it is the time that I buy incredibly expensive serums. But I truly loved this. This, my friends will make fun of me. This will very much be like a, where are we going? So if we did dinner, it's just gonna be so hot, obviously. It's Palm Springs. And I have no clothes. Okay, I have clothes. I just hate all my clothes. I am not a frequent shopper. I realized that the last time I bought clothes was probably, aside from like, oh, I need a turtleneck because we're going to Colorado. Like the last time I bought clothes just like, oh, this is cute. Like this is fashionable. I like this, not, oh, I need this thing, was 2018, maybe? All of my recent clothes have just been from the Food Network and Tastemade shows when I got to keep wardrobe, so that's it. But I think this is cute. I don't know if I can get away with convincing my friends to do 2 outfits like this, but it will be my birthday. Oh, I just wish I liked my clothes. I'm kind of into this. For the first time ever though, I kind of wish I had low-rise shorts, but like for a photo and then never again. I feel like I look like a recently divorced mom at the drop-off pickup for my kid in preschool. Like I look like a character who Reese Witherspoon would make a snide comment about on Big Little Lies. You know? Am I just gonna end up going to Zara tomorrow? I have no time, but... I mean, there really is no but. I don't really have time, but I still might do it.
Yeah, so bit of a tough one today for us in the challenge. I mean, this one, for being honest, wasn't really pulling away, if you know what I mean. But yeah, you know, early days, I feel like we're ready for the next one.